Hey y'all, welcome back to part 2 of the small boat build series. This is Levon with Markham Ketchum. This episode, we're going to be talking about the trailer, the amount of problems it gave me. We're going to be talking about ripping old batteries out, getting new wire pulled in, and removing some crusty stuff under the consoles. Stay tuned. Back to the shop. We are going over what we had to do to the trailer on this little boat. It's going to be a quick little portion. Don't do a lot of trailer work, but had a lot of work to get this thing ready. We still got to replace our coupler. This thing was all smashed. New trailer winch was needed. Did some bearings, new tires, and then we needed a new keel roller. Boat didn't come with a transom saver, and then as you can see, this bunk board isn't doing a whole heck of a lot, so we're gonna replace those. Just went to Home Depot this morning, did that. Had one light that wasn't working, so we're waiting on parts for that. So whenever you're buying some of these older boats, especially when you see tires that haven't been replaced for 12 years, that's a good sign. You need to take a look at that trailer and make sure everything's up to snuff. So next up on the list, I'm gonna get these tracks popped off. We're gonna go with solid length tracks, probably 72 inches. I'd probably do 84s if they were easier to ship, but for what I'm doing, won't need much. So after that, this Power Drive V2 will be coming. So what we've got is in the back of the battery, or back of the boat, we've got a Group 24 starting. I'll give a quick little snippet of this crummy dude. Good old Tractor Supply Co. Traveler brand. See if I can get a better angle of that crummy breaker. We actually have a battery switch. That was a pretty good thing to see. So we're going to switch that out, and what we're going to go with is we're going to put in the big dog, the 180 amp hour amped outdoors 12 volt. So that's going to run our 16 on the front, a live scope on the front, spy pole on the front, and a 12 at the helm. So we're electing to go with one battery. I haven't done this on a boat. I've told a ton of customers, stick with the AGM for cranking, stick with a lithium for your electronics. This Mercury is on the list of compatible with lithium. I'm gonna give it a whirl, and we're gonna see if I regret it or not. So I'm curious to see, does the alternator put out much of a charge? Because I hear this from customers a lot. They wanted to be able to repower their electronics while driving. Well, you do recharge it some, but let's say you have a 50 amp hour or 50 amp output on your alternator and you run 10 minutes. Well, that 10 minutes is only 0.16 of an hour. So you're only getting 0.16 times 50 into your battery. So that's about 8 amp hours. So you are getting some, but is it enough to make up the difference? Sometimes yes, sometimes not. Inland lake guys, probably not at all. Bay guys, when you're making big long runs, tournament guys, yeah, it's gonna make a difference if you're running 2 hours. Of course, you're gonna get 100 amp hours of charge at that point. So, and then on the trolling motor side, we're also going to do amped outdoors, super single, 36 volt, 60 amp hour. Currently, this Power Drive V2 has two 24 AGMs. They might be 27s. I don't know. You can't hardly make out what they are down under there. They're big, they're heavy, it's in a dark hole, and we're gonna get rid of those. So then the other thing we're gonna do is we're going to fix this wiring, get a real breaker in there, not one of these short stops. I don't really like these. They do work, but I don't love them. So I set the camera down and get to work. All right, here's the first thing we run into. We got an old crummy battery tray. I'd like to just throw that out of the boat, but screws will bounce everywhere. And then we get down in here, and this is stuff we run into quite a bit.
So the black wire with the scuzzy red tape is actually the engine cranking. And then we've got it, we got a good old bolt bus. Sorry for the funky camera angle. Good old bolt bus through a chunk of copper or who knows what with a mini breaker and some junk coming off it. This is the stuff that we see that makes us shake our head, and it happens on almost every boat. So nothing out of the ordinary, but stuff we gotta fix. Better get after it.
All right, hour and 45 minutes in, and it's about to start raining. Do a quick little update here. Down in the battery bin, we got our Amped Outdoors 180 mocked up. Got our 6-gauge wire pulled in. Then we got our charger mocked up. So this whole area in here is going to be space for probably just some storage. And if I have issues with the lithium down the road on the Mercury, I still got room for another 12-volt cranking battery. So what we did here is we ran our 6-gauge through there, pretty easy. That was an open chase. Corrugated tube up to here. That was pretty easy. Honestly, this part from here to here was the toughest because there was so much junk in the way. But still got all that wire in, pulled in our GT56. Gonna figure out settings for you EchoMap Ultra 2 guys with a GT56 so I can mark fish on plane. So that's the goal there. Then we removed the battery under there. And we removed the battery under there. And we got to put our mark 'em catch 'em battery trays in there, and that's how we're going to do that. So this boat doesn't have a windshield, so future me is probably going to regret where I mount this EchoMap 12 inevitably. Probably going to put it back there somewhere and angle it forward on a stable mount is probably my plan. Don't know, I'll mock it up. So quick little exit there, but we are going to, the next time we're in the boat, we're gonna work on getting a network cord and some power wires pulled up to the bow, because we're gonna need a ton of power up there. So that's the game plan.